world you are graduating into. This is what I want to talk about today with you for a few minutes. To lead in shaping a new world order for the 21st century.
While the RNC continues in Milwaukee, President Biden is on the move. He abruptly stopped campaigning in Las Vegas today, just arrived at his home in Delaware. The president has COVID. So take a look here. President getting off Air Force One just about 30 minutes ago. Not a good day for him. He's being called out by Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff, who says the president should drop out of the race.
Because you were born different, men will fear you, try to drive you away.
I am Conor McLeod. I am immortal.
Trump International Golf Club Scotland is located for miles along the rugged and spectacular coastline of the North Sea, in the wonderful city of Aberdeen. Set within the Great Dunes of Scotland, among the largest in the world, this championship links course is considered by many to be perhaps the greatest ever built, and is the golfing experience of a lifetime. Seated gracefully at the heart of the magnificent estate lies the glorious MacLeod Castle.
I've been alive for 4.5 centuries, and I cannot die.
Well, this is the perfect way to define the left's response to the attempted assassination.
Hey, Trump got shot at. Got shot at? Trump got shot at. So, did he? Oh, yeah, he lived. Huh. Yeah, and what's worse is he looked really cool when it happened. What do you mean he looked cool when it happened? He unfortunately looked very cool when it happened. How do you look cool getting shot at? Well, what did he do? Pop right back up with blood streaming down his face, pumping a fist in the air, shouting USA, USA, USA until a crowd of thousands joined in? That's exactly what he did. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. I know. Crap. We're gonna lose the election, huh? Big time.
You bet it is pretty cool, because this was the moment Donald Trump knew he'd won the election, with that warrior-like strength image, blood on his cheek as he survived an assassination attempt.
It must be him. Now, we're doing the right thing, aren't we? We should sell.
Oh my God, she's buckling, Dad. Throw some cold water on her.
Carlton! Of course we're doing the right thing, sweetheart.
Sir, it is my esteemed pleasure to introduce Mr. and Mrs. Donald Trump. It's the Donald! Oh my God!
Mr. and Mrs. Trump, it's an honor to meet you. Ron said his client had a rich uncle, but Donald Trump.
I like keeping a low profile.
Hi, Hillary Banks.
Hey, Hillary.
You know, you look much richer in person.
Hey, Mr. Trump. Hey, how you doing? Will Smith. Hey, listen, you are getting a great house here. And this is quite a deal you're getting for it, too. Look, I'll tell you what. Don't want another 50 grand, I'll cut the grass for you every Saturday.
There's some storm we're brewing.
What was it, Adele? What did you like about us?
I like the way we danced.
Inside each and every one of us is something that's ours and ours alone.
Was there something you wish to discuss? Because this might not be the right time to.
Play will continue! Cars, get your cars, boys!
Yeah, I always felt a man's grip on this club just like a man's grip on his world.
Then Hagen came back from the dead.
Everybody's got their problems. What are you gonna do with that?
Take it. I am Conor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. I was born in 1518 in the village of Glenfinnan on the shores of Loch Shiel. And I am immortal.
MAGA means Make America Great Again, Joe.
Always be weaker than I.
Here we are, with the princes of the universe. Here we belong, fighting for survival. We've got to be the rulers of your world. Take me to the future.
There can be only one.
But just because you are conduits of chaos does not mean that you are capable of magic.
I want to go home.
This is your home. Listen closely, your survival depends on it. Magic is organizing chaos. And while oceans of mystery remain, we have deduced that this requires two things: balance and control. Without them, chaos will kill you. This is the simplest of trials, to see whether you are worthy of the ascension. Between your flower and your stone lies the balance. Lift your stone without touching it. Use the incantation Zalil Ape. Zalil Ape. Zalil Ape. Zalil Ape. Zalil Ape.
I'm doing it!
Your hand. This is the balance. Demonstrated beautifully. Thank you, Fringilla.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our
greatest
responsibility
is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about trouble and irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
Plaguing our country.
I don't even trust these polls. I don't trust the election.
I've just become very, very skeptical of what any of the mainstream media says here in America. So if those polls are correct, and which I think they are, then Trump wins in a landslide.
Dating back to the 15th century, it is luxury at a level rarely seen before. For information on playing this great championship links course on the sea, or staying at McLeod Castle, go to trumpgolf.com or call 1-855-TRUMP-00.
Napoleon, Alexander the Great, Donald Trump. We're all cut from the same cloth.
Coat of arms of Donald Trump. What does it actually represent?
Well, this is rather interesting, actually. This is an arcane Scottish heraldic law providing evidence of Donald Trump's deep Anglophilia, I would say, and also touches upon the royal prerogative. There we have the double-headed eagle representing his Scottish Germanic heritage.
Pharaohs. I suppose this is all too. They just put the water pump on it, but it's... I mean, they know what they're doing. I mean, why put a bloody pyramid here, you know, behind the castle? Because that's the same ones, just as I found obelisks. They're the same ones. They're pharaohs. I mean, what more should I tell you, right? Look at it. Pyramid and the pharaohs and the aristocracy. They're not from here. Yeah. And look after the pyramid there. Now you got a Swiss cross here. Oh, why put a Swiss cross, you know? They know what they're doing. Of course they do.
It's a masterpiece of design and engineering.
They wanted it to be a symbol of self-rule.
A very high-minded, idealized notion of democracy.
Designed by an American master.
This was the crowning gem in his life's work.
And filled with priceless artwork.
It's Wisconsin's most valuable work of art. There's nothing like it.
It's a state capitol that was created for all of us.
I always think of it as the most public building in Wisconsin.
It's always open 365 days out of the year.
After a catastrophe ruined its predecessor.
An hour after the fire starts, it's lighting up the sky.
The Capitol would face its own disaster.
There were actually parts of the mosaics that leaned forward.
The whole thing was at risk of crumbling down.
And it would take a massive 12-year effort to save the building.
The restoration of this building was important because this is a masterpiece.
This National Historic Landmark is one of the most admired capitals in the country. I'm going to discover its remarkable history, explore its grand spaces, and uncover a few of its hidden secrets.
This is the story of our house, the Wisconsin Capitol. The Wisconsin State Capitol was conceived just after the turn of the century, in an era of American optimism. States were building ever more grand capitals to express their success, pride, and democratic ideals. If Europe's palaces were made for monarchs, America was building them for its people. When it came time for Wisconsin to build such a palace, it would be one for the ages. Since its completion in 1917, the Wisconsin Capitol has contained the state's 4 branches of government. Its symmetrical form creates a unique balance between the spaces of the governor, Senate, Assembly, and Supreme Court.
Everything is equal in that building. Every aspect of government is weighted equally. No one wing is more important than the other wing.
This Constitution is nothing but a license for oil companies and foreign interests to destroy my beloved Wadiya. Wadiya will remain a dictatorship. Be quiet. Why are you guys so anti-dictators? Imagine if America was a dictatorship. You could let 1% of the people have all the nation's wealth. You could help your rich friends get richer by cutting their taxes and bailing them out when they gamble and lose. You could ignore the needs of the poor for healthcare and education. Your media would appear free, but would secretly be controlled by one person and his family. You could wiretap phones. You could torture foreign prisoners. You could have rigged elections. You could lie about why you go to war. You could fill your prisons with one particular racial group, and no one would complain. You could use the media to scare the people into supporting policies that are against their interests. I know this is hard for you Americans to imagine, but please try.
Beachgoers flee as a giant out-of-control oil tanker barrels ashore. Airliners fall out of the sky without warning.
There's no one in that car!
And hundreds of self-driving Teslas leave their dealerships on their own and cause havoc. It's the harrowing premise of the apocalyptic thriller Leave the World Behind, starring Julia Roberts.
We're probably in the middle of a war zone. People we know are likely dead.
America comes under a cyber attack that cripples everyday technology, leaving the nation helpless.
I can barely do anything without my cell phone and my GPS. I am a useless man.
Get this, Barack and Michelle Obama are the executive producers and helped write the chilling screenplay.
No one is in control. No one is pulling the strings.
Adding to the sense of anxiety, the identity of the enemy behind the devastating cyber attack in Leave the World Behind is never made clear. In the chaos, society breaks down overnight. Americans are soon at each other's throats. Manhattan becomes a war zone. But could it really happen? Shira Rubinoff is a cybersecurity expert.
It's not if we're going to be attacked, it's really when.
She says the Netflix movie is a warning that America's defenses against cyber attacks need to be hardened right away.
This is not sci-fi. This is not something that could happen. This is something that will happen if we don't protect ourselves in an appropriate way.
And the masters of the universe. I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull!" Cringer became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. Our friends, the Sorceress, Man-at-Arms, and Orko. Together we defend Castle Grayskull from the evil forces of Skeletor.
I don't care if you think I'm Satan reincarnated. The fact is, you can't look at that television.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains, and I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants.
I worry about everything. I don't know what to worry about first. Never mind the government. It's the sodding banks. They terrify me. And it's not even them. It's the companies, the brands, the corporations. They treat us like algorithms while they go around poisoning the air and the temperature and the rain. And don't even start me on ISIS. Oh, now we've got America. Never thought I'd be scared of America in a million years, but we've got fake news and false facts. I don't even know what's true anymore. What sort of world are we in? Because if it's this bad now, what's it going to be like for you? 30 years' time, 10 years, 5 years. What's it going to be like?
If we turn against each other based on divisions of race or religion,
Come on, try getting it out.
Ding, 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 bong.
That's all, folks.
A future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned. I was very careful with Ernie collaborating with me every step of the way to be able to find the movie narrative inside this dense forest of Ernie's profound imagination.
The Oasis being the ultimate toy box with all the toys in the world, and then playing that with one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. It results in just amazing action and such a fun adventure.
Ernest Cline is such a visionary, and I think has seen the future before any of us possibly could even imagine it.
Come on, try getting it out.
Ding, 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 bong.
That's all, folks.